Hello and welcome to the first English lesson in this series, the basic structure of short stories. For most of you, this should be review. However, it is important to understand the basic structure, as it helps you to understand the story on the whole. The better that you can see the component parts, the better you are able to read, understand, and analyze the story. Let's get started. The short story is divided into 6 basic parts: the introduction, the inciting incident, the complicating incidents, the crisis, the climax, and the conclusion. Each of these will be explained individually in this lesson. The introduction contains 2 major items: the setting and the characters. The setting is generally established within the first few paragraphs of the narrative. Narrative is a fancy word for the story. Settings can be established physically, as the story taking place in a park or a city. They can also be established emotionally. We call this mood. This occurs when your city scene, for example, is described as dark and somber, or the park is described as bright and vibrant. The author is using further description to transfer the mood he or she wants to you, the reader. This will generally impact the way you read the story. The central protagonist, or main character, is also introduced during the introduction, as are many central characters in most short stories. This information often gives central ideas in the story's plot and general tone. Tone tells you what genre the story is going to be through use or words and general ideas found within the plot. From here, we have what is called the inciting incident. This is a specific event that sets off a chain of events, creating the general plot of the story. This incident varies depending on the genre of the story. Following the inciting incident comes a series of complicating incidents. These complicating incidents complicate the plot of the story, providing a series of potential final outcomes. This creates the idea or feeling for the reader that there is not a certain and set path, making the story more interesting and entertaining. Now, a crisis occurs, which serves as a turning point. This incident will determine the final outcome for the plot. The crisis is often fed from the complicating incidents which occur preceding it. Now we reach the highest point of emotion and action for the story and the characters involved. This occurs when the crisis comes to a head. It could be a life or death fight, the moment when all the secrets of the protagonist could be revealed to destroy her, or that second just before the plane is about to crash. One way or another, it is a strong and definitive point in the story. After the climax, it's all downhill from there. We move into the conclusion, the beginnings of the resolution to the climax. This will start to tie up loose ends in most stories and give us lessons learned and all of those things that usually indicate that we are drawing to a close. The denouement draws all those final strands of plot together. At this point, unexplained aspects of the plot are supposed to be explained and or resolved. Well, that's it for now. Get down to work on your first assignment. See you in the next lesson.